Hey guys, this is King of Dew, bringing you an Ethereum update. Wanted to take a look at the action that happened today, and what I'm going to do here for you guys, if you don't mind me just zooming out here real quick, we're going to go ahead and back this out so you guys can see. Last night I predicted that we'd have a bounce off the top of the resistance, which was about at 198 range. And that happened. We then hit the support range I predicted, which was between 88 and 90. We bounced off of that twice, actually, today, and I was really looking for the third one. If we were going to hit it a third time, we really would have been pushing that limit, and we potentially could have free fall. I don't know. You probably would have seen a free fall probably all the way down to the 74 range. However, that hasn't happened. But what has happened in the recent about 4 hours, 3 hours now, we'll zoom back in here. And here you can see on the 5-minute candles, you see what's happening here. We're getting some really tight congestion here on very, very little volume. Basically what's going to end up happening here is we're going to have a breakout. And it's going to break extremely quick. It's either going to break out extremely quick downward or upward. If it goes down, we'll probably hit that 88 again rather quickly, really quick. So if you go into bed, make sure you set your limits so that in case it breaks down to 88 again, like I said, that will be the third test in under 24 hours of the original low from the last time we had the run up. And that's a little dangerous. I'd want to make sure that I have my limit set tonight. Because you can buy more Ethereum at a lower price if that happens. And so that's really what you should be looking to do. Set an alarm on your phone and an alert so that when it does happen, hopefully a few minutes later, you're able to pick up more Ethereum you can add to your stack. Now the opposite could happen. We could actually see a run up here. But the run-up potential is very, very weak right now. We haven't really been able to get to $99 yet. So really, I wouldn't do anything personally other than setting that stop limit. And so that's pretty much what I got for you guys today. In my prediction tonight, don't really have one for you other than just look for either that quick move up to the 98 range again, but potentially dropping back down, touching that 88. And that's worst case scenario. We don't want to go that low. There's a light resistance that built up today at about 92, 91. We were actually at that range probably at 5-6 hours ago. So that would probably be what happens. And that's my best guess. And again, don't invest everything you got. I know everyone's really excited. Everyone's making money right now on this stuff. And it's really, really neat to be a part of this new wave of technology, innovation, and really just being a part of the future of the internet, e-commerce, globalization. Getting to actually see tangible results of it is what really gets me excited. And it's why I started this challenge, because I really want to try to connect with the community. I want to connect with you guys. I want to get to know you guys. I hope you guys will like and subscribe just so I can get to know you. I want to make connections that matter in this community. I want to take my personal e-commerce expertise and apply it here in this technologies in the future. But I also just want to be a part of the world and what's changing right now. And this is real stuff. I just saw Steemit report today that somebody actually used Steemit money to purchase lattes today in Korea. So, I'm in America. We're not really oppressed when it comes to finances. Well, we are, but we don't really realize it until you really start looking into it. But in a lot of countries, it's much more real. Oppression goes beyond just their finances, and it's their whole livelihood. And being able to see people set free is really inspiring and motivating for me. I have a big belief that that type of control is why we still have poverty today. There's parts of the world that are still stuck in the 1800s, 1900s. While I'm sitting here drinking a brand new can of Mountain Dew that's probably costs more than someone would make working all day in the country of Togo right now. I literally buy products that are made in Togo to help support that country. Brand called Alafia. Take a look at that brand. Support those guys. They're doing great work empowering women. And what's really exciting is this type of technology. I'm already seeing cryptocurrency, blockchain technology bring freedom to people who are being oppressed or maybe just don't even have an opportunity. Forget oppression. We're talking about people that can't get money in the middle of nowhere, right? We have these tribes spread out across different countries. There's no infrastructure, and but because they don't have access to traditional ways of trade using currency, it really, really limits their opportunities. And I'm excited because I believe in a day where I will be able to actually donate money to a cause and actually donate it directly to the person who needs it. I don't need a middleman taking any cut. The technology will exist that when someone is in dire need and it's a very real situation, I can directly contribute and get the funds on the ground faster, right? When we have crisis, natural disasters happen around the world, sometimes the infrastructure gets so wrecked that even though us Americans, Red Cross, we're donating money on TV and we're texting in our $5, it takes a long time to get that money on the ground. It's just tough to even fly it in and out. This changes everything. With satellites, I can actually send it in less than 10 seconds, and it's on the ground, making a difference and helping rebuild, save lives, literally save people's lives. And that's just exciting to me. That's the kind of stuff I'm really passionate about, is like we can actually change the world with this kind of stuff. And it's just starting. This technology, it blows my mind to think where it is in its infancy. And knowing that we're in this position where we have so much processing power in the world that's not the bottleneck. It's not the hardware. We're just sitting around waiting for more and more devs to adopt this. And if you guys do the research, you all know that more and more devs are adopting it. And not only that, this technology is meeting them in the middle and helping bridge the gap to make it easy for the latest, newest languages that are out there, so that more programmers can pick it up quick, start utilizing it. We're mostly going to see it being utilized in big banking in the short term. I'd like to see the healthcare industry pick it up in the short term. Probably in the next 5 years, you'll see that kind of stuff happening. We're still a long, long ways away from really mass adoption, but the technology is proven at this point. It's very real. This isn't some pipe dream anymore. Anyone can sit down, learn how to create a contract, a digital contract that is secure, conduct transactions across the world in seconds. Even when you use Venmo, a lot of kids are using Venmo these days. I grew up on PayPal. Even if I send someone money via PayPal, why am I still waiting 3 days for it to hit my bank account? Well, it's because, they want to make money and make off the interest, etc., etc. But, and I can get into that in another video, but really, we live in a day and age where the money is instant now. Some of these currencies, transaction times are as fast as 4 seconds. We're talking about in 4 seconds, your transaction is confirmed and with consensus. And consensus basically means that there's multiple points. How can I put this to make it more simple? basically there's a bunch of computers located in separate places around the world that are basically going to be confirming the transaction. So within 4 seconds, it confirms it, and that basically protects your transaction, makes it happen instantly. And for a lot of people watching this, most likely you've heard that before. But for my friends and family that don't understand what this stuff is, that's the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. It's consensus is the one thing that's missing in the internet, and we have it today. We now can actually go, in the future, we'll now be able to go to a website and actually know who's delivering that content on that website. We'll actually be able to trust it. Right now, you actually trust your bank to actually give you your money back once you put it in there. I think it was funny, I was in New York and I walked by Charles Schwab and I looked at their fortress of a tower, and it's funny because it's a really dark black tower and it looks evil. It reminds me of a Disney villain's castle, to be honest, and I just thought it was funny at the time when I said it, and I was just like, if I were to put my money in there, I feel like it would never come back out. But the funny thing is like we actually don't have that guarantee. We don't really have control once we put it in there. So we're trusting them. But what if we could all just trust each other and we could all have the same consensus? When I do a transaction with my friend, all the people around the world agree that that transaction is valid and real, and it happens, right? That's what's needed. That's trust. It's essentially like if I were to do a Craigslist deal, because I want to make sure my deal is legit, basically invite 20 friends to show up and confirm it. Or in this case, strangers, but at least they're there to say this transaction was real and it happened. So, anyhow, looks like we're heading downward, guys. You can see right now these large sale orders on my right. You see all that red. So now we're breaking out right now, right? Live right here on this stream. So, anyhow, guys, I am going to let you go to bed. I'm going to set up my stop loss order since we're headed downwards. Make sure my triggers are in place. Maybe set up some secondary triggers to pick up some more on the cheap. But thanks for tuning in. And I'm King of Dew. May the Force be with you. And happy Cinco de Mayo. I hope you guys be safe out there. Do not drink and drive under any circumstance. Call an Uber. Call a Lyft. We got the technology to do it. Be safe out there, guys. And have a good night.